Right. And I know, like a lot of people are thinking, you've heard frequency healing, you've heard, resonant frequency, you've heard energy medicine. Oh, that's garbage stuff. In America, if it's not pharma, it's not made by pharmaceuticals. It's not real. It's not. It's quackery. But you all believe in frequency medicine. The easiest way to explain that is if you believe that sunlight helps make D3, you believe in frequency medicine, frequency healing. So what you actually believe in that is that a specific frequency of light, UVB, travels from the sun all the way through, hits our skin, hits our electromagnetic field, and that energy helps the body convert D2 into D3. So light frequencies are making physiological changes in our bodies as they interact with our electromagnetic field. That's what you already believe. Another way to look at that is if you've ever listened to music and then you've had an emotional change or emotional response from it, again, the different sounds, high pitch, low pitch, A, B, all those different notes are all different frequencies. And so the fact that you can watch a scary movie or an inspiring movie with no sound and then watch it with sound and have a completely different emotional set is showing that that's definitely a thing. So those are some of the easy ways to explain it. Your body creates an electromagnetic field. So some of this stuff's going to be difficult because there's a lot of physics in it. So this is one of the reasons it's hard to explain. But your body creates an electromagnetic field. Anytime that there's electricity that travels from point A to point B, travels in a wave, perpendicular to that wave is an electromagnetic field. So your nerves in your brain, your spinal cord, all of your nerves can create an electromagnetic field. That electromagnetic field can be damaged by stronger electromagnetic fields. So when we talk about 5G frequencies, when we talk about, lights, we talk about, all that type of stuff, all of those things create a electromagnetic field frequency that our body's electromagnetic field frequency has to deal with. We can have the body or the conductor damaged from physical trauma, from injections, from all sorts of things. And that alters the harmonics of that area. So there's a couple of different ways you can go back through and fix that. I like producing electromagnetic frequencies to generate specific fields, to do things like reset or reharmonize that field. Now, when you reharmonize the field, the body can communicate in a much better way so it doesn't overreact to certain things, which is why some people come in and they're like, oh, when I eat eggs, my body overreacts. I have an allergy. You don't have an allergy to the egg. You have an electromagnetic frequency issue so that when the frequency of that egg comes in contact with your electromagnetic field, it kind of short circuits it. So we reset the electromagnetic field. You no longer have that negative interaction and your body no longer has an overreaction to the substance, egg, mold, whatever it is. So that's how that works. So we're not actually treating allergies. This is also a legal point. We're not treating allergies. We're treating the electromagnetic field that is giving you the symptoms of the allergic reaction. So that's how a lot of the frequency stuff works. Royal Rife did a whole lot of work on this. He's probably one of the best ones. Like Tesla did a whole bunch of work on this too. But Royal Rife did a lot of really cool stuff on resonant frequency, where he was killing viruses and bacteria and all sorts of cancer pathogens and all sorts of stuff, 30 years ago using frequencies, using sound. So that's, if you're going to look this up, look at the Royal Rife stuff. The reason why red light works, the reason why far infrared works, the reason why lasers work on the body is from resonant frequency. Those, they harmonize, all those things can be tuned to specific frequencies. So for instance, we're talking about things like hair growth, like regrowing hair. What we see is 660 nanometers in a 30 watt range is probably the very best we've seen on research. So that type of thing. We do caster packs. We use far infrared heat to drive deep into the tissue. We've got all sorts of research on far infrared heat, far infrared radiation, creating senses of calming anxiety, making people feel more relaxed and feel better. So there's all sorts of stuff that we know and we've seen and you've seen yourself. Like a lot of people, you'll ask me like, hey, if it's cloudy for 3 or 4 days, do you get depressed? And they were like, yes. Like when the sun comes back out, do you feel like so much better? Yeah. Okay. We get tons of different frequencies from the sun. So lots of things like that we've always kind of seen and we've kind of known, but we've been told, no, 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 that's crazy. Take your pill. Pills work. Frequencies, that's crazy talk. So that's kind of where the reason where it is. So, when we get people who are asking, why do the lasers now work? Why are we using all these different things? Why do lights, why does LED lights, or why do fluorescent lights, or why does sunlight, why are they all different from my body? Why is the blue lights and the yellow lights? So why does that keep me awake? Different frequencies do different things to the body. So that's where a lot of this stuff lives. There is a thing where you can be sensitive to or allergic to frequencies. Like we have people all the time that we talk to who, like the great example, I had a lady who came in with all sorts of issues, and she was like, when I'm in the kitchen, everything's fine. Like I don't feel that bad, but when I'm in my bedroom, I feel terrible. Her bedroom was next to her husband's office, and he had a bunch of servers and all sorts of stuff in there because he was an IT guy. And so whenever she get that close, she would have issues. We've seen issues like migraines. We've seen issues like, to answer the question, this, theoretically, if your issue is a frequency issue, then frequency work will help with it. We've seen it affect migraines. We've seen it affect heart rate. We've seen it affect a lot of gut issues. And changing gut issues can definitely fix, or change a lot of things in the body. So if you're starting to hear about it and you're starting to wonder, is this real stuff? It is. Now, again, think of it like a tool or an art. Like the better someone is with it, the better results you're going to get. I've seen amazing things done with frequency work. And I've seen people who come in and been like, we did this thing and it didn't work for me. Like, well, did they clear this first? No. Did they clear this first? No, that's probably why. So, again, it's just one of those things where, the experience of the practitioner matters. So don't, if you're like, well, I have a friend of mine who went and saw, this lady in her garage and it didn't work for them. Well, maybe they're not using the right stuff. But so it is definitely a thing. If you guys have allergy issues, if you've got stuff that you've taken stuff for and nothing's worked in the past, or you realize that when you're around the microwave or when you're around, you're staring at your computer screen for a long time, create issues. I would definitely take a look at this because it is most likely something that could be beneficial to you. It's red light therapy is fantastic. We've been seeing lots and lots of great stuff from it. But again, one thing on that real quick, anything that you're going to do that's going to alter physiology, whether you're going to be in the sun a long time, if you're going to be under red light, whatever, you have to understand that it is helping your body create chemical changes. So if you don't have the nutrients you're supposed to have, things can go sideways. For instance, there's people who are, and again, this isn't full, we don't have tons of research on this, so take this into account. We have a whole lot of people who have skin cancer who have never been in the sun or aren't in the sun very much. And then we have people who are in the sun all the time and they don't get cancer. And if you look at the difference in diets, these guys have clean saturated fat oils. These guys have seed oils, highly inflammatory, high omega-6, higher omega-3. So the chemistry that's in your body matters when you start using these frequency things to tell the body to do things. Same thing as hormones, same thing as peptides. You've got to have the chemistry in your body for it to function right. So for instance, the sunlight helps turn you from D2 to D3. If you're on a statin drug, which is designed to destroy half your body is going to not produce the D2 because your liver has damage from the statin drug. So you're not going to produce the D3. So the sunlight isn't going to be able to make more D3 because your body's not making enough D2. So factor that all in when you're doing all your stuff. You're like, why didn't it work? Did you have the substrates? Again, we go back to baking the cake thing. If you've got the flour and the sweetener and the eggs and the whole thing, but you don't have an oven, you can't bake it. So again, you've got to make sure all the components are there to get these things done. So that's one of those things. If you guys have any other questions, hit us up, questions@chalmerswellness.com, or hit us in the DMs. You guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for your time.